Honorable Joel Garganera, our partner museums and our partners from the barangay and Cebu City offices who have supported us all throughout the years in Gabii is Kabilin, and of course my fellow Raffinians. Maayong hapon ka natong tanan. It is my pleasure and my honor to present to you Gabii is Kabilin, especially about updates for this year's Gabii is Kabilin. You might be wondering why we're holding Gabii is Kabilin. Early on, we just finished with the last run last October 21. Of course, we're just saying that we're back to its original schedule, which is usually held in May, the Heritage Month of May. Just to review quickly what Gabii is Kabilin is, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know already about Gabii is Kabilin. It has become quite popular, I might say, and but just to refresh our memory about Gabii is Kabilin, it's one night of where museums and heritage sites open their doors from 6 p.m. to midnight for our participants with the tickets to come in, enjoy the presentations. Well, first, of course, the permanent exhibits, and then the special presentations that the museums and heritage sites have organized for the night. It started in 2007, as mentioned by Liz, and we are now in the 17th run of Gabii is Kabilin. And the reason why Gabii is Kabilin started, it started with 4 museums, but the reason behind that is because the museums, the people in the museums wanted to celebrate Cebu's rich heritage, cultivate a sense of identity and pride of place among Cebuanos, help preserve local culture and heritage, but most especially by bringing people to the museums, by bringing the Cebuanos to visit the museums. You have here next a series of, this like a timeline of Gabii is Kabilin when it started in 2007 and what have been added or what were the developments in the different years that Gabii is Kabilin run. Up to 2018, the last one before the pandemic was in 2019. We stopped the physical Gabii is Kabilin in 2020, of course, because of the pandemic, but we sort of shifted from physical, the Gabii is Kabilin physical event, to something online, because we had to still use the opportunity to reach out to the Cebuanos and, of course, Cebuanos outside of the country. So we launched the Gabii is Kabilin online activities in 2020. In 2021, we had Gabii is Kabilin one night only, which was also virtual. But we came back for the physical event of Gabii is Kabilin last year, October 21. This year, Gabii is Kabilin is now on May 12, 2023, from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. For our media friends, our partners from the media, we just like to emphasize that the opening of Gabii is Kabilin this year on May 12 will be in the Freedom Park. Our host are the Freedom Park, Mega Wide, and USJR, or the University of San Jose, Recoletos. And as usual, after the opening at 4:30 p.m. at Freedom Park, at 6 p.m., all the doors of the participating sites and museums of Gabii is Kabilin 2023 will open, and ticket goers can now begin to visit our museums. You might be wondering also why USJR and Freedom Park are our host this year. One, it's because they're our newest participating sites to Gabii is Kabilin. It's like a tradition that whichever museum or site is the newest, remember, we'd like to highlight them. And so the hosting of the opening program happens in their site. At the same time, Freedom Park, what you will expect there during the opening is that Freedom Park is going to sort of like open, sort of there's a ceremonial opening of the columns there. They're going to be lighting it. And USJR, the University of San Jose Recoletos, is also going to be showcasing its marker, the NHCP marker, which will be given to them on April 29 to mark its importance, not to mark its 400 years as the main house of the Recollects here in the Philippines. This year's theme for Gabii sa Kabilin is Pagpanag-iya. And the reason for this is because we wanted to be part of the celebration of the 125th anniversary of Philippine independence. And we wanted to highlight how Cebuanos asserted their independence, their identity and sense of community amidst colonization and cultural imposition. Not only were there many uprisings, rebellions, and revolutions, which are manifestations, of course, of resistance, but also there were subtle ways we infused, amalgamated, and even eroded colonial practices. And that's a show of strength and power that we have to own our story. And thus the title or the theme, Pagpanag-iya. As mentioned, this year's participating sites or partner museums and sites, we have 22 of them. And when I call out the partner museum and sites, the representatives, may I ask the representatives to please stand up and be recognized as well. May I begin with the Archdiocesan Museum of Cebu, the Archdiocesan Shrine of San Nicolas de Tolentino Parish, the Archdiocesan Shrine of the Most Sacred Heart of Jesus. Yes. Here. We have Ferulin Riel, here representing the shrine. The Heritage of Faith Museum in Talisay, represented by Mark Angelo Obrero. Basilica Minore del Santo Niño Museum. Is represented by Sir Elton Barosa. Thank you. And from Casa Gorordo Museum, represented by the curator himself, Mr. Florencio Moreno. From the Cebu City Museum. Anybody? I don't think we have anyone representing, but Cebu City Museum is part of our participating museums and sites this year. Fo Guangshan Chuon Temple. Fort San Pedro, of course, represented by Sir Albert Vestil. Freedom Park, I think the representative is on his way yet. The Liberty Shrine or Mactan Shrine of Lapu-Lapu. Museo de Talisay of Talisay, of course, represented by Marks Bascon. Museo Cebu. Sir Ray, are you here? Yes, Sir Ray is at the back. Museo Parian sa Cebu, 1730 Jesuit House. We have here Wena Joy Loy representing Jesuit House. Palmgrass, Cebu, the Heritage Hotel. Okay. Represented by Miss Gladys Dimpo. And we have the Rafi, the Kabilin Center. We have so many representatives from the Kabilin Center. Can you all stand? The St. Teresa's College, Sister Maria Delia Coronel Folklife Museum with the curator, Ma'am Gingging here, Kalisakan. Cebu Chinese Heritage Museum, represented by Mr. Vinch Layo. And from the University of the Philippines, Cebu, okay, UP Cebu is still part of our lineup this year. University of San Carlos Museum. University of Southern Philippines Foundation Rizaliana Museum. Sir Glenn Albutra is here. As I mentioned also earlier, University of San Jose Recoletos is also joining us. And that's the lineup, our 22 partner museums and sites for this year's Gabii sa Kabilin. Let me now turn you over to Liz